Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So sadly, I only have 10 minutes to do this. This is going to be a fast lecture. I usually like to have more time to sort of relax into it, but the last one was fun, right? Did you enjoy it? It was kind of fun, right? Awesome. So adding and subtracting positive, negative numbers. This is really, really simple. We're going to start using a number line, and then tomorrow we're going to look at using a different approach. But right now, just understanding what you're being asked is really helpful. So if you have a number line, and you have 0 in the middle, and let's go up to 12. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you do the same thing. And we're also going to have integers, right? Because we're going to have negative numbers as well. We're going to go to the left of 0. So it's going to be -1, -2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? And I might actually label some of these. -1, 2, let's see, -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12. And I'll do this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's just going to be helpful a little bit. Yes?
Don't you just hate like marking the number lines? I hate doing that.
Oh, yes. You won't have to do that very often, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. So using a number line. Okay, so notice everything starts at 0, right? Everything starts right here at 0, right? And the thing is, if a number is positive, does everybody know what direction it's going to go? Somebody different. Yes, Sienna. Right. So positive numbers move to the right, okay? And negative numbers, right, go to the left. Negative numbers move to the left, right? Makes sense, right? Okay, so if I gave you something like this, I'm going to write them in different ways so you sort of get used to it. I'll even start over here. So let's say I have +2 plus +7, right? So the first thing I do, this is what you've already done. You guys all know the answer to this, right? It's 9, right? Okay, we'll get that out of the way, right? So you're going to know the answer to most of these, right? You're going to know the answer to most of these. We're just sort of trying to see a technique, right? A process that we can use. All right, we always start at 0. And then from 0, we actually are going to go to the first number, which is 2. So we go over to 2, and we wait there for a second. We realize, we got to go over 7 more. So from 2, I have to count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 is 9. I mean, 2 plus 7 then is 9. So we figured out on the number line that the answer is 9. Isn't that brilliant? Right. But they're not always positive numbers, right? So then it gets a little confusing. So what if I gave you this one? I had +6 plus a -8. All right, some of you would immediately know that it's going to be -2. But if you don't, regardless, let's think about the number line for a second. The first thing, you always start at 0. The first number is a +6. So you're going to go basically to the right 6, boom, and you're right there. And then it says -8. Which direction do I go when it's negative? Left. So I got to go left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is -2. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
How many, fist of 5, do you guys understand this so far? Is it pretty straightforward? Okay, so I'm going to show you, I want to show you different ways that you're likely to see the problems of. Sometimes they're really easy because it's clear that is a +6 and that is a -8. But sometimes you'll see something like this. And you think, well, wait a minute. So you think that's 4 minus 10.
No.
So the way my brain thinks of it is this: 4 and negative 10. The negative belongs to the number that it's next to, that it's in front of. Does that make sense? So it's going to be 4 and negative 10. And means add, right? Right? So this was 2 and 7, 6 and negative 8. This is 4 and negative 10. So it means, so I'm going to start at 0, 0, and I'm going to go over 4, right? And then I'm going to go to the left 10. 4 and negative 10, negative 10. Negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. And that gives me negative 6. Okay? Yes.
It's easy to put like the lines though, because you understand if it's positive or negative, because that just looks like other things sometimes.
Yeah, that's confusing, right? A little bit?
Mm.
Right. So in my brain, I am doing this. This is what I'm doing in my brain. Now, if for now you need to go and you need to say 4 plus a negative 10, that's totally fine. Do it. But in my brain now, instead of doing this, I'm doing that in my brain. Instead of writing it out, I'm just doing it in my brain. I'm thinking 4 plus a negative 10. The negative always belongs to the number in front of it, that it's in front of, right? The positive always belongs to the number that it's in front of, right? So I immediately say it's a positive 4 and a negative 10, okay? So what if I did this though? What if I said negative 3 minus 7?
10 minus negative 10.
Negative 10. So let's think about it for a second. Let's just use our number line, right? All right, so it means I start at 0, but the first thing it says it's negative 3. I got to go immediately to the left to negative 3. Negative 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. All right, I'm right here. And then it says negative 7. I've got to go negative 7 more. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7. And that is negative 10. It's a good thing I was here. I did that for you really fast, didn't I?
So you're just adding negative.
Rosemary, right? But you get it? Does it make sense to you guys? It's really easy, right? It's pretty easy. So I think that was a short lecture, but I think that's all I really need to do. I don't believe, let me just quickly look at the homework that I printed out. Let me just be sure I'm not leaving something out that you might need to see. Yes. So I'm not doing anything like this yet, because you have to know another rule. I'm not doing something like this, where you have, 4 minus a negative 7, right? I'm not putting a minus here. I'm not doing that yet, because for specific reasons, right? So you won't see that. So everything that I've done here is on the homework. So it should be pretty straightforward. The homework is going to be practicing this, using a number line, and then a fun little word problem thing, that you've done before.
It's required.
All right. That is required this time. I want you to try it. Okay.